Hello, I'm Maggie Miller. October is not only Cybersecurity Awareness Month, but it's also Tanium's Month of Giving. And in honor of those two initiatives, I wanted to highlight an organization doing both. NPower is working to fill the cybersecurity skills gap by training people in underserved communities. And here to explain more, we have Matt Velez and Nelson Abbott of NPower. So welcome to you both.
Hey, thank you, Maggie. Appreciate to be here.
So
Thanks.
start off by just telling us a little bit more about NPower and its mission.
Absolutely. Happy to do so. So NPower is a national nonprofit organization that provides tech training to veterans, their spouses, and young adults from underserved communities for free. That's right, for free. So the trainees that go through our program are put through a tech fundamentals course, which really provides them with the foundations of technology. So they're learning a little bit about hardware, software, operating systems, networking, some security. They're getting introduced to mobile technology, also cloud computing as well. But with that, they are also prepared with certifications that are relevant to the marketplace. So we've partnered with CompTIA to provide the IT fundamentals certification, A+ certification, and we've also worked with Google to provide the IT support certification that they offer at Google. So, the goal is really to work with our corporate partners who are able to provide funding, volunteer opportunities, but also placement opportunities related to internships, apprenticeships, job opportunities, so that our trainees, when they're in the program and they're learning tech, they are also getting certified with relevant credentials that will align them to internship and job opportunities with a number of our corporate partners that will hire them for the workplace. So that in a nutshell is the structure of what we do, and the mission overall is to make sure that these demographics that we serve are getting a leg up in the industry so that they are closing the skills gap overall for in the industry. And then we're also providing diverse candidates and tech talent, and that these candidates are getting access to our programs for free, again, just making sure that's available to them. By doing so, we are closing the gap, but we're also creating a trajectory by getting folks into our tech fundamentals program. And when they graduate that program, they're eligible to step into more advanced trainings like Nelson would manage, our cybersecurity program and our cloud computing program, which are designed for our alumni who graduate from tech fundamentals. So once they step into cyber and cloud, they are then provided with credentials, internship job opportunities, and placement opportunities. And as you would see, that increases the pathway from poverty to prosperity.
So can you share any inspiring stories of impact you've made on these students?
Across the organization, all of our trainees come to us and they're either underemployed or unemployed, with that desire to, improve their lives through access to opportunities, and in our case, that's providing them access to technology careers. Our placement rate across the organization is around 80%. So 80% of all of our trainees that complete training do get placed into jobs, and with an average 380% salary increase from before NPower to after they complete training with us. In terms of specific examples, one that comes to mind is Crystal Espejo. She comes from the Bronx, so she's out here in our New York region. She, had single parent household, living on public assistance, and she shared her story with us publicly. So it's not anything that is too personal for me to share, but. And there would be times where it would be hard for them to make ends meet, right? And there wasn't enough food on the table and whatnot. But she persisted and did really well in high school and was able to get a scholarship and go to college and get a degree. But found herself working these dead end jobs and kind of falling into that underemployed category that so many folks have found themselves into, especially since the 2008 recession, where it really impacted the job market. So. Decided to look for opportunities to change her direction and found NPower, and technology was something that she was always interested in and knew it was an area that she needed to have expertise in for any type of work that she was going to do. And so enrolled in our Tech Fundamentals program, graduated back in around 2015, I believe, and landed a role at Morgan Stanley as a project manager. And that completely changed her career trajectory 180 degrees. So she was there for about 3 years. Kind of hit a ceiling in terms of career growth opportunities there, but then saw the writing on the wall with cloud computing and was seeing fast adoption of that technology across the industry. And that was right when we launched our cloud program. So then she came back, upskilled, got her cloud certifications, and then through the networking opportunities that we provide with guest speakers from our corporate partners, was able to make a connection with a executive at Accenture and parlayed that into a job offer, and is now working doing cloud consulting for Accenture, and got another significant pay bump from that. So, you have someone that, came from single family household, living on public assistance, trying to make ends meet, and is now, making a six figures doing this high level corporate technology consulting.
Wow, that's an amazing story. So how do you select these students and what type of training do they go through?
In my first role with NPower, I was a recruiter for the Tech Fundamentals program. So that's, the recruitment process is very near and dear to my expertise area. So for our young adult population, we really work closely with other community organizations in the regions that we serve. So other young adult facing organizations, a lot of them will be like summer internship programs, working with high school students that are going to be graduating, and like what are their post-secondary plans. College is not for everyone, so we get that, and that's a big part of our demographic in that young adult market. And then folks that maybe went to school but had to drop out for various reasons, whether that was finance or help support the family, anything like that, and they just don't have the capacity or the opportunity to complete a degree that they started. And this can be, our programs can be an amazing way for them to follow through on those dreams of getting that technology training and then entering into the workforce. In terms of the training, it is a full wraparound end-to-end training that we provide. So not only is there the technology training with the industry recognized certifications that Matt mentioned already, but we have professional development. Right. So that's everything from resume writing, mock interview skills, elevator pitches, setting up your LinkedIn account. And then, as I mentioned, we have industry professionals that come in and do guest talks, and that can be anything from broad, like career advice, how to navigate your career. And that can be anything from how to navigate a tech career, how to navigate a career as a person of color, how to navigate a career as a woman, all of that type of advice. Or it can be a deep dive on a technical subject that is an area of expertise of the speaker. So, and that provides those professional networking opportunities where they can potentially get a mentor, or, add that person to their LinkedIn network and pick their brains whenever they, have a professional or career related question. So, and then the kind of the cherry on top is that we do provide social support services. And the shorthand is that it's social workers, although not all of our social support managers are social workers, but they fill that capacity, referring them to resources for any obstacles that may provide challenges for them completing the program. And that can be childcare, healthcare, housing, public assistance, for our veteran population, assisting them navigating the VA system for post-military benefits. So really that full wraparound support of technical, professional, and personal support that we provide.
Tell us how Tanium and NPower are coming together to kind of help train these students.
Yeah, absolutely. That's one of my favorite stories, because we have an initiative called the Advancing Tech Careers Collaborative, better known as ATCC. So it's a mouthful of, so we break it down to acronyms. So ATCC is a collaborative where we are focused on only our advanced programs like cybersecurity and cloud. And as we talked about, the entry point is tech fundamentals, so that they can upskill into cyber and cloud. But this initiative is really focused on cyber and cloud, and it's made up of other companies that come together to fund our cyber and cloud programs and any other future advanced trainings that we may have in the future, like programming, AI, the like, even sales, right? So one of our co-chairs in the initiative knows Andrew Flint. So Andrew and I and others on the team spoke, and he was able to help us land a sponsorship for this initiative. So Tanium jumped right in, which we're really excited about because we were early on in our collaborative here. And Andrew then put us in contact with Vanessa Black, who leads up your peoples and engagement there. So Vanessa and I speak frequently. And since then, it's been a really, really awesome partnership between supporting our ATCC initiative with funding and getting in contact with Vanessa around engagement opportunities, where we've been able to have an info session with Tanium to talk about the work that we're doing, but also get Tanium to partner with us in mentoring opportunities and also other volunteer engagement opportunities that we have for your employees to really get your feet into the work that we're doing.
Another initiative for NPower is that you're investing in bringing underrepresented women of color into the tech workforce. So tell us how you're doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, looking at the way women are represented in tech, as a whole, 24% of women are in the workforce, in the tech space. Of that number, only 4% are Asian, 3% are African American, 2% are Latin, 1% are everybody else. That's a problem. We want to be in position to change that, to bring more women into tech. So a few years ago, about 3 years ago, we were sponsored by the City Foundation to really work on an initiative called 40 by 22. And the name 40 by 22 was a challenge to us to say, hey, bring more women into your program by 40% by the year 2022. So that was the name of the initiative. And that's what we've been doing ever since. We've been able to bring more women into our classrooms. We're recruiting more, and women are being more inspired to sit with us and join and start a career in tech. And we've also made an effort to bring more women instructors into our classroom. So we're doing this to ensure that we are at least bringing 40% of more women representation into NPower as a whole, from instructors on down to the classroom. So this past year, we started a larger initiative called Command Shift. And Command Shift pretty much rides on the piggybacks of the 40 by 22 initiative that basically says, look, NPower took a stance. We have a report that we put out last year that talks about our results, our findings, all of the different initiatives that we did around convenings to have conversations about women equity, women being represented in tech, women having the supports in tech, and also women having proper mentors that can support other women in tech from our senior leaders who are women of color in tech. So just about wrapping that all around, we're asking companies to do the same. So we built a collaborative called Command Shift, and we're commanding a shift within the industry that other companies can participate in, so that they too are standing with us to ensure that at their companies, they are too bringing more women in, and they're having those conversations, and they're making a commitment to move women in tech forward on a global scale throughout the industry. So that's where we are, and it's a very exciting initiative.
It is very exciting. I love what you're doing, and I'll definitely be checking in with you next year to see the success of that program.
Absolutely.
And one final question, where can people learn more about NPower?
We have our website, that's NPower.org. There's everything you need to know about NPower, everything we're involved with between our initiatives related to Command Shift 40 by 22, the ATCC initiative I've talked about, and we also have an initiative that focuses on military veterans. That's part of the Department of Defense's Skill Bridge program. So these are our demographics. These are the people that we're serving. If you want more, definitely reach out to npower.org, or you can send an email to info@npower.org as well.
And thank you both so much for sharing your story and joining me today on the show. I really appreciate it.
Always a pleasure to be with Tanium. Maggie, thank you so much for the opportunity.
And thank you all for watching. I'm Maggie Miller, and this is To the Point.